Hello from Southern Ontario, Canada, January 8th. Before I get into the sort of rambling video I have here on a multitude of subject matters, anybody know what's going on with the g.s.t rebates? I've had a lot of people ask me if I know anything about this, like I'm supposed to because I have a channel, but whatever. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff I do that doesn't show on the channel. But anyways, quarterly here in Canada, we get a g.s.t rebate if we're below a certain, I guess below the poverty level. I think it's $116.25. And Trudeau, one of his, he's got our backs. It was to be doubled. And everybody was expecting it. It came on January 5th, and it wasn't doubled. So, another Trudeau not truism. Slip up with a computer key that's supposed to be corrected. I don't know if anybody knows. Would be a help to everybody who's dependent, well, desperately in need, would be more apt of that being doubled. So now to the subject matter, or subject matters. I was speaking in person to a 67-year-old lady the other day. We had quite a lengthy conversation. I don't know her personally. We were just talking. And she's just appalled at the apathy and how awry our country has gone. You know, we were once 7 years ago, a pretty prosperous, a proud nation. Deservedly so. We're the envy of much of the world. Now we're following the path of Venezuela. And we know who's at fault for it, and we know that it's intentional. And she's just appalled and disgusted, and she said, I often weep. And I said, well, confession, so have I. Even on video a couple of times I've slipped up. But she does a lot of work. She doesn't have her own channel, but she does a lot of work within, I guess I'll say, the patriot movement. But she said she's so disgusted with the government, she won't collect her pension. And I said, well, I'll collect it and give it to me. I'll put every cent of it into the channel. I'll hire a tech/research assistant. I'll give you an accounting. Every penny, I'll put it into the channel. I don't think she thought I was serious. But anyways, quite the interesting conversation. And the subject of maids came up. Medically assisted in dying. What a vile, heinous, evil thing this is. I haven't got time to get into the subject matter as really frowned upon with the censorship as well. Excuse me. If you want to know more about it, the Rebel News is covering it. Sheila Gunn Reid at the Rebel News. The title, Help Not Homicide.com. That's help not homicide.com. What a sick and vile that our government would, at first blush, okay, you're old, you're doomed, you're in pain, you're in agony. Yeah, okay. It's taken us years to come to the societal acceptance that we put our dogs down when they come to that point in time, horses, cats. Nothing wrong with that aspect of it. But that the mentally ill, that people can take their babies in because they're perceived as defective. Underage children can go in and a doctor can sign them off, and it's like a fast track program. Again, I can't get into the details of it. It's a lot of appalling things that this woman and I discussed, and she had a lot of insights that, for the sake of her anonymity, I can't really discuss here. I'll blend a couple of the insights that she granted to me that I was unaware of in future videos, just to separate the issue. On the subject of censorship, I see one of my recent videos was about Jordan Peterson and what's happening with him, with the being called to the College of Physicians. I always want to say physician, College of Psychologists. See, just within a day or two, it's hit 1,000 views on my channel, which is large numbers for me of recently. More commonly would be 200 or 300 views per video. That video was not monetized. It comes up in my analytics as, what do they call it? Ad suitability. And I see that increasingly on my channel. Ad suitability, no monetization. I think from your perspective, you would not see any ads, I guess, on those videos. It's ironic. I've had after a steady decline in viewer or subscribers, it's flattened out, and I'm kind of just picking up a couple a day. Like, I mean, literally a couple a day. So my monetization should be following that curve, but it's actually going down. Not that that really matters. Last month, December's monetization was, what do you think now? It'd be about $22 from advertising. That's what it pays. It's and they hold it for 2 months, and it's just ridiculous. So when I was talking to this woman, I wasn't really in jest when I said, "Hey, you don't want your pension? Let me have it. I could do great things with the channel." And in context of that, when I was talking about going to Mexico, it's something I'm rolling around in my mind. It's not something I'm going to actively dive right on at the moment. And I had seen a couple of comments in the channel that, well, Mexico doesn't look good right now. No, it doesn't. Really brief overview of what's happening there. I guess the Mexican government arrested El Chapo Jr., they refer to him as, and they were going to extradite him to the United States. I have no idea beyond that what it's all about. And I guess the cartels have like more money and manpower and firepower, firepower than what the government does. So I have no idea the extent of what's going on down there right now. But if you are thinking, and as you should be, and I'd already be gone if I had any money out of this country, fleeing the country, Costa Rica is the place to look at. A couple of years ago, I was considering going to Costa Rica, even though I can't afford to, and wish maybe I had have, but instead I impoverished myself doing this instead. Decided to stay and fight for my country. But they're politically stable down there, and they're prospering for the people coming in to Costa Rica from the United States and Canada and other places in the world. They are politically stable, whereas Mexico is not. And if you're considering, even idly, going to Costa Rica, you won't have much trouble digging a little bit. You'll find there's a lot of people down there, expatriates from both Canada and the United States, who will help you do that. They have channels that you can find on the internet where they talk about daily life there, the ups and downs, the pitfalls, how people go there for vacation, think it's great, dive right into going there, and then leave a year later because they really didn't do their homework. So you can watch their channels and learn about Costa Rica, or you can go down with them and stay with them, or they'll set you up somewhere and you can have like a guided tour and an insight into the ups and downs of Costa Rica. So I think that's all I had to say in my ramble. And as always, please support the channel. Like, subscribe, share. Poverty plea again. I always hate to do it, but what is there? There's PayPal and the email. Is that PayPal? Whatever. There's a couple of things. There's the mailbox. $20. It doesn't have to be 50 or 100. I just need a couple $100 a month, and it really helps out. Oh, I hate the poverty plea thing. Anyways, enough of the ramble for the moment.